Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with the clip. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, we real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, so dominant. Paying homage to the cat from the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. The entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base, hit the link, amp your mace. We drink the logo when there's space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 Dexys on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Salute, salute, salute. What's good? I hope everybody doing well. Knicks Real Talk, episode 12. Offseason, man. We in the building, man. Me and Shop Power going to break it down, talk about some Knicks things, man. So I hope everybody doing well. Thank y'all for coming in tonight, man. Let me bring my partner crime in the building so we can get it popping. Shop Howard, what's good, my brother?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yo, salute to everybody out there, man. Real talk. Thank y'all for coming in the building on this quiet all-season night, man. I'm not too much going on in the Knick world, but as content creator, we always try to bring y'all something, man, that we can talk about, man. And tonight we got a pretty good one out there tonight for episode 12. You know, during the all-season, we've seen a lot of Knicks out there in the gym working. You know, Quentin Grimes, quickly, RJ and them. So you know, it's been pretty good for them, man. I call it. You know, I'm glad to see that. So being that we didn't make no big acquisitions, we hope that our guys are gonna be ready to go. So I'm looking at these three guys that I've seen so far, like quickly, like I said, RJ and Grind, they out there putting in a lot of work, man. I think we're gonna need that for us to get to the next level this year because we didn't do nothing real humongous for us talent. But I'm glad to see these cats are constantly working. They looking good. RJ looking bigger, working on a mid-range game and all that. Quentin Grind is looking crazy down there in Houston, and quickly's all over the place working out, man. So I'm really excited that I think these cats going to take another step, man. I think that's why we want to have this segment, you know, about that. Like, what's going to be the Knicks ceiling if these three cats get it popping this year? If these three cats come back, I mean quickly, RJ and Grimes, and they take another step, I think this team's going to be pretty decent. You know, and so I'm really looking forward to that shot. I want to see what these three guys they out there working, man. And you know, you can expect that from a Tom Thibodeau player on an all season. Even you see Julie's out there putting in work. They always putting in work to get better. But these guys, if they take that next step, I think we'd be okay. And I'm really glad to see they out there, you know, and some are putting in the work, man. And some of them are going to the World Games and all that, RJ and these guys. But I'm glad to see the way quickly it's working. I'm glad to see the way Grimes is putting in work, and RJ especially. So if these cats come back, man, they take another step, Shot Powers. We might got something brewing down there in New York.
I'll say this, Divine, and salute to the chat. We those three guys that you just mentioned, just hitting. I don't think any of them are over 23 years old. I think they're all like 23, 22, 23. I don't think anyone's 24. So they're all young guys, man. They're young guys, and they've been in the league a little bit of time. I mean, RJ's the elder. He's been in the league 5 years. You know, Grimes 3 years. Quickly 3 years, and Grimes 2 years. And come on, man, if two of the three guys make a jump this year, it would be very beneficial to the New York Knicks and what the New York Knicks are doing. So, you know, we could get RJ and Grimes and get the regular numbers from Quickly, 14 points a night, and maybe a spark night where he can hit 24 points. We get that from them guys like that. We're in great shape, and I believe those two guys. I think all three of those guys are going to try to make a major step. Like you said, Divine, seeing RJ taking that short jump shot, man, that was impressive. I mean, if he could pull some of those shots in the floater, he can start pulling some of those shots into his arsenal, it's going to make him a stronger player. I see Grimes out there faking, doing a up fake, break you down, shoot the jump shot, shoot the short jump shot, turn around, jump shots, driving to the hole. IQ getting stronger. His shoulders are starting to fill out a little bit more. He's looking more like a skinny Mitchell Robinson with all those shoulders he got and stuff like that. So if any one of those guys or all three of those guys make a jump, we're in a good spot. I mean, they all know each other. We're in a good spot.
Yeah, real tough. Salute to the chat and everybody, man. Just to piggyback off of JJ, I think Grimes is that one take that next leap. I
hope so.
I think he's that. I think this cat coming out his rookie year with the injury that he had in his rookie year, coming into the beginning of the season last year with an injury. And when I see him in his workout, the kid can really got some good skills, man. I mean, if this cat get the pop and give us close to 17, right under RJ, if Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson going to be our primary scorers, then RJ, if Quentin Grimes could take that next step, man, and if he's going to be that two guard for the Knicks, which I think he should be, I think if he take another step, because you know what you're getting on the defense side of the ball from him. He defend the ball at the top of the food chain when it comes to that skill set and the art of playing defense. So you got that in the start line, and he got a good offense game. Once he get it all clicking, and I'm hoping in his third year, just like Cookie, like you said, quickly took leaps. He in the first year, 11 points a game, shot a certain percentage to 3-point line. Then the second year, he kind of still averaged same point, but quickly also got better defensively. He added more, like you say, he added more to his arsenal from his offense game. And instead of just doing a jump shot and a floater, he was getting it all over the place. So if Quentin Grimes could take that next step like quickly, that's what the Knicks looking for right there. If Quentin Grimes takes that next step like quickly did his third year, he doing his third year. I think that's where it got to be for the Knicks guy. Like I said, if he give you anywhere close to 17, this game on with his defense, because his plus minus in the first and in the starting lineup probably be phenomenal. He probably had one of the best plus minuses out of all of them because he played defense like that, him and Mitchell Robinson. But I think if he take that step, and obviously we know RJ shot powers, and you know we've been salty on RJ a little bit at the fan base because of the inconsistency from the percentage standpoint. That's it for me. But maybe this year with that mid-range floater game he putting in there now. If he add that to his arsenal, he's now when he get that mid-range, he feel like he can't get all the way to the rim, he could pull up right there and knock down that little mid-range too. Then it's game on for him. You know what I mean? So I think if them cats could do that, take them steps right there in their game, it elevates his team a little bit more stronger. And where Tom Thibodeau talking about the way he wanted to play this year after reading what he was talking about in the press, I think him taking that step. RJ is huge, and then he done got bigger. Cat look like he about 6'7" now, 6'8". I always said that he's gonna end up with a LeBron body. Even when he first came in the league, I'm like, you know what? He a left-handed dude, but I think his physique. I'm just talking about his physique, shot powers. I thought that RJ would be built like a LeBron James in about 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean? Because he just added the muscle to his game, and now I think he got a little stronger down there. I think he take another step. He'd be good too in that aspect. But I think out of all them guys, I'm really want to see Quentin Grimes do his thing, man. Quentin Grimes could be the key to us not getting somebody that we always wanted out there, in the free agent market. If Quentin Grimes pop, you won't need an Anunoby. He'd be an Anunoby with just a little bit less size. You know what I mean? But he will be an Anunoby if his game translates this year to another level. He took a maturation step. I think you'll see something like that in Quentin Grimes because of that two-sided of the ball, the way he played. And now you got a guy like DiVincenzo who can come in behind him. Oh man, it should be fun in New York right now. But I think if them three guys take that step and get to where they got to go, I do think the Knicks gonna they'd be fine. I really believe that.
Yeah, I mean, any one of those guys pop this year. I'm estimating. I'm guesstimating because I don't know, but I'm just gonna say this, and this is on my low end. I think the starting unit can average 90 points a night. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I think the starting unit could average 90 points a night. That's like 20 points from the and it's being nice. That's saying Randall scored 20, Brunson scored 20, RJ scored maybe 21, and Grimes scored 17. like you said, 17. He scored 17. Everybody else scored 21. Mitch scored 10 points. It's 90 points from your starting unit. And I believe that could be, something that can work out this year. I mean, I think Grimes is going to be. I said this year, I thought he was going to be like a shining star, and in certain games he was. I mean, not every game, but he always brought the defense. In certain games, he turned it up for us. I.e. that last play against Butler when he stole the ball from him and did him dirty like that. So. I mean, if he makes a step in the starting lineup, that makes it easier for the second unit to come in and handle their business. And I think that our second unit is going to be just with the three guys. I think they're going to score about 12 points apiece, and that's being modest. That's HART, HART, and DiVincenzo. I mean, I'm just being modest and saying if they score 12 points, they throw another 8 points in from Hartenstein in there. That's say 10 points from Hartenstein. That's 46 points from your second unit. We should be pretty offensive minded this year. With some players that can play some defense. And I say this, I haven't said this much, but we do have some short players on the team. There's no doubt about that. Nobody aside from RJ Barrett and it's not too many of them. RJ, Randall, Hartenstein, that's our height. But these guys that we got in here, HART, HART, DiVincenzo, these guys grab multiple rebounds. These guys grab multiple rebounds, and they're going to help out in the second unit. That's going to make it easier for Hartenstein this year, I believe, to pass to guys that want to cut. Hartenstein like passing people that want to make the move. He'll pass it to you, and he's a pretty good passer. I think we see a lot of activity from that second unit with Hartenstein and those three guys cutting the rug up on the hardwood at any game where they play at.
Yeah, know what I'd like to see too, real quick. I want to get off the subject, but just being that you said that, I would like to see a Hartenstein and quickly more pick and roll.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I would love to see Hartenstein and quickly really get to that, develop that pick and roll, because I think that Hartenstein with that floating little jump, run, shot, whatever it is, there's a good pick and roll tool for him and quickly. So yeah, I think quickly and these guys, I think they got a good thing going. So we got to see how these cats play out, man. But I do believe in maturation, and I think these cats just take another step. It might not be a gigantic step, but I do guarantee you're going to see a better quick grind this year. I think you're going to see a better RJ. I think you're going to see a better grind. You know why? Because they put in work. You understand what I'm saying? You only get better when you put in work. Am I right or wrong? You put in work, you get better. That's why listen. Quickly going to get us 17 this year. Quickly is not going to get 80 million to score no 12 points or 11 points. Quickly, they expecting Quickly give them 17. They expecting Jalen Brunson and Randall at least give you 24 apiece. I ain't giving no.
I was being modest.
And I'm expecting RJ with that new 20-something million to give me 20-something points. I was expecting Quickly to give me 70. He's going to get 8, almost 20 million. You're going to give me almost 18 points a game. It got to be that way, because that's why I think this team is going to be that good. I think these cats is ready to roll. Mitchell Robinson with 15 million, you got to give me close to 15 points and 10 rebounds. I think they come into this year. I think they come in this year more hungry than last year. I just think this team is going to be hungry, and I think these three guys, if they develop quickly, Grimes and RJ, I'm good with the Knicks 50 games, no question about it, because I had them 50 already. Because I believe in maturation. I believe in growth and development. I believe in that, and I believe the Knicks organization does that with these players. All these guys get better every year. I don't care what the other teams in the NBA did. The New York Knicks will be a better basketball team, ladies and gentlemen, than last year, and you could book that. So I think if these cats take that step, let's go get it. I'm not saying we win a championship. No, I'm saying we will be better than last year's team. Just from experience alone, we better. Just for experience, we better, and putting in time, and then you bring in a player that helps you fit what you need. You know what I mean? That makes you better. And the guys got more wise and smarter, and they got older, and they learned the NBA for, and they say, okay, what I did last year, I'm going to apply it to next year. And I just think that's what the Knicks going to do. And I think Quickly had a phenomenal year. I think that my man come in healthy, Quentin Grimes come in healthy, the Knicks get off to a better start than last year. Remember, we came in last year with Evan Fournier. You know what I'm saying? Because Quentin Grimes was out with a foot injury. So if we would have came in last year, maybe with a Quentin Grimes instead of an Evan Fournier, it might not have went that way. So that's why I think, you know, if these guys take the step, I'm confident this team gonna win 50 because I just think they got the pieces. And I'm ready to roll, man. Let's see, man. I'm hoping they do that. Mitchell Robinson, I think I'm looking forward to a good year. I see him out there working out. See what Big Mitch gonna do for us. You know what I mean? He being the second year of that 4-year deal. Then his numbers going to be down. It's crazy. His last year's contract $12 million. But I'm looking for Mitch to, to go out there and dominate, man, and get back to, hopefully playing more than 59 games. Give us at least 65, 70 games, at least 70, like the year he did before in his contract. Year to get the contract, he played 72 games. So let's hope that he can do that all over again. But I think these guys are gonna be ready to go shop out. I like the steps that they taking. I like these three guys with the way they out there in the offseason working out. All of them working out, but specifically these three guys, I think is the one that could catapult this team to another level. That's why I just brought these three names up for working out, but everybody's working out. But I'm really looking for these cats to get it popping, though.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing about them doing the workout is them spending time off the court together. At Jalen Brunson's wedding, you seen almost the whole team there. Randall was there, RJ was there, J Hart, Vincenzo. All these guys are getting together early. You know what I mean? These guys are spending time together early. They trying to get this stuff together early. And I think I think with a full year now of having Brunson learning the real quote unquote Thibodeau system, if you want to call it that, you know what I mean? He's going to have a better year this year. I mean, he's going to be more refined this year. I think that instead of being towards the end of the season and in the playoffs being around 38 to 40% from three-point land, I think he does that early this year. I mean, I think he's going to find RJ a lot this year early. I think he's going to look for Quentin Grimes early. So I think, with the way these guys are going to work together, I think, Jalen Brunson is going to be a cog this year. He's going to be the crease that make the motor run, or whatever, however you want to put that scenario together. But Jalen Brunson with these guys, I feel good about RJ. I feel good about Grimes, and I feel good about Quickly. I mean, they're here. They didn't get moved in the trade. And I think that they're going to this is going to be the year to see them elevate, because all of them are going to have want a bag. And I mean, RJ got his bag, so Grimes and IQ gonna want a bag. Let's see what happens. This the year to make your bag money. I mean, IQ might get something before this year's over anyway. They might throw him like 20 million, hold them just in case.
Yeah,
I mean, they're gonna start. I think they're gonna start paying these players, so just in case if they got to make a move, they got money to make the moves with acquiring players and stuff like that. And these guys have done great things. They built their stock up. I talk about them building their stock up. Everybody's building it. So I think this is going to be the bone. This is going to be the year that you're going to get the cash out. I think the Knicks are going to be a surprise team this year.
Yeah. My man Danny hit it with the old cliche. Danny, I'm disappointed in that. He said all the guys look great in videos with no defense. Let's see how they really look. Come on, Danny, you better than that, man. We know that's reality. They just working out, my brother. I just got to hit you with that. Hey, man, when you're in the off season, you work on your game. That's how you get better. You don't go in the off season, even if you're in the gym playing around. That's how you get better. Because during the course of the season, when you're playing all in games, you don't have a chance to constantly work out and get in shape. You know what I mean? I mean, not get in shape, but work on your game. So what these cats are doing, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what made Michael Jordan so great, because he practiced all year round. And all season, he was back on the court, learning new skills, learning how to make this easy. That's what growth and development is. So I'm glad to see the Knicks out there doing that. So when they do get in front of the competition, they can test, they can put it on display. But to get to that point, you got to work out in the all season, learn your craft, learn your game, get better at what you do. Then you take it on the floor, see if you can do it against the competition. I get that, but that's the old cliche, because if a player ain't doing that, I don't even want him. I don't even want him. If you ain't out there refining your game, knowing that you come into the next season better than you were last year, and the only way you do that is in the off season. Put in work. That's how you do it, and that's why the Knicks under Tom Thibodeau have been so successful since he's been there. Because why? They always put in work in the off season, 2 playoffs in 3 years. because he got them guys putting in work after the season over. The season ain't never over for us, for them, and for as standards and stats and all that. But when it comes to getting your game right, that's what the Knicks be doing. Look at Quickly, man. Look at Quickly's maturation. Look at RJ's maturation. You can say what you want. What's that? 14, 17, 19, 20, something like that in 4 years. Typical get the boys putting in work, man. So I'm glad to see him doing that, Shot Powell. I think it's going to pay dividends for these guys, man, because that's the culture they set down there. And the Knicks go hard down there, man. These young boys working, man. 47 wins, 53 total, second round of the playoffs because they put the work in. And Jalen Brunson out there working and all that stuff. And these guys are getting Harkenstein out there working. Going to be a real competitive team next year. And the numbers don't lie, and that's where it is, so let's see how it goes, man. I'm excited about this group of Knicks, man. They stayed true to what they got, man, going on, and they didn't make too many different changes to mess up the chemistry and the camaraderie. They say, you know what, if we can't get nobody, we ain't gonna get them. We good with what we got. They brought us a little bit more spark with my man. So these cats come back a little better. Obviously, Ever Fournier will be able to pitch sooner or later. So that, and no matter what they do with that, I'm ready to see Knicks get out there and get it popping. The season can't come fast enough for me, Shot Powers. I would like the Knicks started playing ball today because I'm really ready to see some Knicks basketball. I'm interested in this interesting team they have there, and I want to see how they're going to put all this together and go out there because I think they're gonna have, a lot of teams gonna have to play the Knicks, man. Jalen Brunson and Randall, obviously, them two cats is going to get it. Like I said, if RJ and them cats wind up doing what they do, we right back where we was at, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. And another thing about being in the off season and practicing, I practiced against these guys that are like, maybe mediocre like players in the street ball, or a good court guy. I didn't really see them playing against anybody that show favor that I knew who they were. But what that does is against those type of players, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be making those shots and looking like you are an all-star. And that's exactly what you want to see because the practice against lesser defense gives you more incentive to do it against better defense. You already know your shot. You already know your move. You already know this dribble, 1-1-2, 2-2-1, 1-2-1, and then however you mix your dribble up to get to that shot. That's what you're going to do against the better players, and that's what you need to do in the off season. Like I said, Divine, I think this, it's just me thinking like this, but I'm thinking that these guys think that they got close last year. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we got really, really close to being, a team to be like, dang, the Knicks. We got really, really close to that second round, 6th game. We got really, really close. You know what I mean? What we lost by 2-3 points. We didn't lose by much. You know what I mean? We were close. And I think these guys think that they were close. And I think that these guys are going to come back this year saying we can't lose those games that we lost like that last year. We can't lose those games that we are up 15 in the fourth quarter and end up losing by 3. We can't do that. I mean, and I think these guys are going to really figure it out this year, man. Hopefully that we see a better showing from a Julius Randle this year. I mean, maybe a more assist-minded Julius Randle because he's I hate to say it, maybe I might be wrong, but I think he's our best assist guy on the team. I think he gives us 5-6 assists a night. I don't think Brunson gets us that many, but I'm not exactly sure. 6. But you know what I mean? But Julius is our assist guy. You want to see Julius get 7-9 assists a night? These guys got to start hitting shots. And the main person he was giving the ball to last year was Quentin Grimes. A lot of times he was giving Quentin Grimes that shot, you know what I mean? And I say when Quentin Grimes shoots from that left-hand side, he is lethal. And I think he's going to start looking for him a little bit more because in the times that he was passing the ball, Grimes sometimes didn't look like he was ready. He took the shot, but he didn't look like he was ready. This year, I think when he gets the ball this year, he's going to be ready. And I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. If he's ready, if he's coming from 11 something points this year and boosts his to 17 points. And I mean, 5-6 rebounds, 3-4 assists. Bring the ball up a little bit more. Don't turn the ball over a little bit. That's gonna be awesome for us, man. That's gonna be awesome. I mean, he grab rebounds and he can shoot the shot. He can make 17 points easy. I mean, he can make it easy. So if he hits some of them shots and I don't know if it's just me, but him and Jalen Brunson, I mean him and Julius Randle looks for him. When they on the court together, he looks for him. And I've seen a lot of times that he gave the ball to Quinn and he didn't make the shot. I don't think that's going to be the case this year.
Yeah, you know what? He used to do the same to Fournier.
Yeah, exactly.
Fournier.
Exactly.
So, the only thing different that year, Fournier was knocking him down, and Quentin Grimes wasn't knocking him down. But Julius been doing that. See, he is not a selfish ball player. One thing about not say about Julius Randle, he's not a ball. He's not a selfish player. You know what? But like you said, if a lot of guys make their shots, Julius Randle probably would have had about 7, 8 assists. Sometimes it ain't that you don't have the assist number because you didn't pass the ball because your man didn't make the shot.
Right. So, that's exactly how you met me.
Yeah, right. So if Julius Randle throw that ball to Quentin Grimes and Quentin Grimes will knock it down or RJ don't knock it down, them assists getting taken away from Julius Randle. Julius Randle literally could be a walking triple double with a bunch of shooters. You know what I mean? Because the cat play basketball like that. He draw enough attention whereas boom, he hit you with an open pad. All you gotta do is knock it down. And like I said, Fournier was doing it when he knocked out 218, something like that, whatever, 3 points, 13, whatever the case. But and I think Julius Randle that he got that in him. So let's hope these cats, come out there and knock that shot. If Quentin Grimes get it going out there and he get it going this year on the offense, that elevates his team a little bit more, man. But now you're giving them numbers that you didn't give him last year. He didn't give them numbers last year. We won 47 games. So imagine if Quentin Grimes is consistent all year. Hopefully, let's Quentin Grimes got a consistent year and he giving you a good 13, 14, 15 a game. But his defense, that's a whole different level than what he was doing this year, in the past year, and he wasn't consistent in it. So I think the thing that also makes a team better is the players get better. If quickly RJ and Grimes pop, we good because you know what Randall gonna give us, you know what Brunson gonna give us, you know what Mitch gonna give us, you know what but if them cats take another step, then this is a different story because now we not coming to the season like I said with an Emma Fournier start and with no defense, this and that, all the little intangibles that made the season start off 2-13. Because best believe it, no cats would have been on point. If RJ wouldn't have been slumping coming out the gate, if Quentin Grimes wouldn't have been injured, that might have been a whole different scenario for the Knicks. You know what I mean? I really believe that. So if you take all them variables to put it with it, this team got a chance to be good, man. I thought
Divine, no bull. Mm-hmm. If this is like after thing that you thinks about, we could have been 50 wins this year.
Facts.
We could have easily been 50 wins this year. 3 reasons why we could have been if Julius wouldn't have got hurt at the end of the season, and if Quentin Grimes wasn't hurt in the beginning of the season, and if we didn't start Evan Fournier. We could have been 50. We could have been 50 wins if Grimes would have came off and just played, that mediocre style basketball that he played this year. Because he didn't. Really, some games he stepped up, but he played great defense all the time. But making baskets, he played a little shy at times. But with that being said, if he comes back this year different, it's a change. It's a change for everything. Mm-hmm. If he's more. Got that dog. If you see, I seen the video. See, I can't wait till I see something real close because he looked like he got his shoulders is bulking up. He's starting to get that cut into that bicep. You know what I mean? He's starting to get the cut around the neck. He's looking like he's got a little bigger, and he's 6'5", mm-hmm. and he grabbed rebounds.
Yep.
If he can make 3, 4 assists a night and get 17 points a night. 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 17 points a night. That's a most improved player almost there.
So, with all that being said, where would you rank if you had to rank this team right now? Rank this team in the NBA right now, or even in the East. For me, I still think they remain at that 4 or 5 spot, 4 or 5, 6. I do think. Well, let me put it like this here. I think Milwaukee and Boston is gonna be the creme de la creme. I just think they got that. They got that team. They with Giannis them coming back fully healthy. They brought everybody back. They maybe added a player here or there. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis going to Boston. They lose Marcus Smart. But, I guess Brogdon going to take over the point guard duty there. But Jaylen Brown got his extension. You got to put them the two top teams right now. I think Miami, until they make a move, got kind of worse to me. I'm not in a bad way because they lost Strauss and they lost Gabe Vincent. They bring back Tyler Hero, so that kind of helps out a little bit. But does Miami still belong in that 3? I don't know. I think long Philly got Embiid and Harden. You're gonna have to put them there. I do think Knicks, Cleveland, Miami, Brooklyn. I think them teams gonna be there. I think they're gonna be there. But I do believe that these guys got a chance to still stay up there because I think the team takes another step a little bit because I think the maturation process, the familiarity, Jalen Brunson having a year under his belt, Shaw Powers, Diva Chisholm helps us a great deal more than everybody might realize. He might, even if he give you the offensive number Obi Toppin gave you, not that he replaced Obi Toppin, but he went out, he came in. His Obi Toppin defense is nothing compared to his. Nothing. So what that does, it helps the second unit out and on the defense side of the ball, and he still could score. So that kind of that helps us take another little step and maybe a couple of games here or there. But I think the key to me is I think they come out of the gate with no injuries. I think Quentin Grimes come out the gate starting, Brunson starting, Randall, RJ, and Mitch. If the Knicks come out this year with that starting lineup, I'm good. Let's get it. And I think it will quickly. DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Hartenstein, whoever else it may be in that 4 spot. Depending on who it may be, I like the Knicks. I like the Knicks as far as being in that 50-win range. I just think that we talked about this all year, past year. Imagine the game they lost because they only shot 60% from the free throw line.
Right.
Knicks left a lot of games on the table because of free throw shooting. Right. So you also got to take all that into consideration. Think about the game we watch. We all 82 gamers. I know I watch all 82 games every year. And I'm like, man, if Mitchell Robinson and RJ and somebody else would have hit a couple of free throws, one free throw, each one of them, we probably would have won the game.
Yeah, Brunson in a couple of games.
Yeah. So see, I think things like that played a part in the last, like every other team too. They got they issues as well, but we went through it though. We went through it because I hope that these guys, if they come back stronger, the team took another step mentally. I like the team at 50 wins, and I like him in that 40. Like Julu got, I like him in that 56 range, 4 to 6 range. But if it depends on what happens, it can go forward. Now, salute the coach, salute to the chat, salute to everybody. Danny, the coach, Nick 100, everybody, salute to the chat. Juju, everybody, Allah Wild, peace of the God. Nick 1 day, 2 day, everybody in the chat. JJ, salute. Yeah, Shaw Power. So for the power ranking thing, I got him right there. I think this team comes back better than last year. I really believe the past year, season. I'm sorry. I think they come back better and ready to roll for sure.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say they're going to be above 6, right? Above the plane, right? But this is what I think this is what I see the Knicks doing this year. I think the Knicks get at least 47 wins this year. I think with the acquisition of the big Ragu, I think he's going to come in here and he's going to surprise some people that really haven't seen him play basketball. I watched a couple of games with him on Golden State when he played with Golden State. They get to see him in a Knick uniform with some people that he know and some people that he's going to have to get used to, i.e. Josh, i.e. IQ, and i.e. HART. I mean, so I think they're at least 47 wins. My bottom. I think they're going to score at least as many games as they won this year because I think they're going to get I think they're going to get off to a quicker start this year, just because of everybody knowing each other. Everybody's a little bit older, a little bit more experience under their belt, and I think they're going to be more of a together team this year early. If any one of these guys pop, IQ, Quentin Grimes, or RJ Barrett, we win 53 games this year. 53 wins.
What about if all of them pop?
If all of them pop, I mean 53. I'm going to say 53. I'm going to say 2 out of the 3. I'm trying to be modest.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want it to be like throw it all the way out the window. I'm trying to see because I think they could get 53 wins. 2 of those guys pop. One of the guys is average. His average is going to be the same. And I mean, 2 of those guys pop. Those out of those 3 players are going to win us in a collection. However it is, 2 or 3 of those players are going to win us additional 5 games. You know what I mean? From 47 to bring us to 53, to bring us to about 53 wins. I mean, all being healthy and everything like that, and we have, you know, a little longevity before someone gets hurt. You know, 35 games into the year, somebody twists their ankle or, you know, push it a little further than 12th game or, you know, 11th game. You know what I mean? One of our big guys go. We don't, you know, if it goes on to like 28 games and someone, you know, twists their ankle, they out 2-3 games or something like that. And I mean, I think we still be good, but I think our first 20 games out of this season, I think we're gonna have I hope as a Knicks fan that we have a different looking team, but with the same players. That's what I hope. And you know, I grew this beard because of Thibodeau, so I'm not going to criticize him too hard today. But I hope some of the changes that he started in the early part of the season last year, when he started with 10 men and he brought it down to 9 men. We got 2 players on our team that this new guy, the other redhead left-handed guy that we got, and Knight. I think Knight. They are Thibodeau style of players. If you look through the team right now, if you really look at the team, the New York Knicks, they have a lot of players that Tom Thibodeau kind of cohabitates around. You know what I mean? He likes these guys. They hustle. They gritty. They fight hard. They dive on the floor. They do things like that. They do all of these things that Tom Thibodeau likes. And I think with the addition of these other 2 guys that I don't know where they're going to be at, but we got a good team. Another guy that's a Tibbs guy is Deuce McBride. I mean, those guys, he likes Sims. I don't think he really likes him that much, but I don't know if Sims is so much of a quote-unquote Tibbs guy, but the rest of those guys are like the style of Tibbs, like gritty, hustle, always in the passing lane, extra passes, extra rebounds for more shots. Those are the type of guys Tibbs likes. You know what I mean? I may be bugging out, but that's the way it looks to me now. And Tibb has Julius Randle that he likes. He likes Brunson, the way he's aggressive. And people talk about Brunson's defense. Brunson plays defense. He's a little shorter sometimes, so that sometimes people shoot over him a little bit. But you can't take away anything from Brunson because he if he was not the first, I think he was in the top 3 in charges last year. That's hard on your body, but he's there when you need him to take that charge. I mean, Grimes, a gritty guy that plays great defense, and his shot is going to come. His shot is going to come. Then you got RJ, maybe not so much of a Tibbs type of guy. I mean, he doesn't play the greatest defense yet, but he may play a little better defense this year. He did it 2 years ago. I mean, when he was the guy that was playing all of the threes that was the big scoring threes and the 2s and all that stuff. So he has it in him. You know, if he learned how to move his hips and move them feet, we may get a little bit of defense out of him. We don't need much, but we need some. And Mitchell Robinson can't say nothing. That's a defensive guy. That's Tibbs' guy. I mean, a big man that can offensive rebound, block shots, and protect the paint. That's what he wants. Randall, he loves Randall. I don't know why he loves Randall, but that's his guy. So and that's
Randall's 25, 11, and 5.
Yeah, I mean true. You know what I mean? That's true. That's why he loves him. I right, okay. So I mean, you know, these are guys that Tibbs likes. He likes Josh Hart. You know, he likes IQ. That's IQ. I think he loves IQ. I think he loves IQ. I think that's, you know, his nephew or something like that, or something, his cousin or something. He love him, and I think he'll grow fond of what DiVincenzo could bring from what, you know, I see him. He plays great defense. He grabs rebounds. He can handle the basketball. He could catch and shoot, and he could shoot in a set shot as well. That's the type of guy Tibbs likes. Let's see what happens.
Yep. Yeah, real tough, South Howard. You got to be a defensive minded player to play with Tibbs and play side of the ball and play with energy, hard, go hard, rebound, everything. But RJ for me, plain and simple. Last year, 19.6 a game, 5 rebound, 2-8. This is what RJ give us 21 this year, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, but he shoot almost 45 or 46 from the floor, then we good to go. If RJ can shoot at least 45, 46 from the floor and give us about 35% from downtown, Knicks a different team. No question about it. So hopefully he's working on his game this summer, getting that. I know he's working in that floater game. I'm not, that mid-range game. Excuse me. Apologize for that. He's working on his mid-range game out there in the summer, man. So if he just go ahead and get it consistently with a shot, that PER go up and he be consistent. I think that's a big step for the Knicks. Because think about a lot of games where RJ went 0 from 7 sometime from downtown. Matter he would have hit 3 or 4 of them. 3 of them. So the consistency he did this year, that RJ takes a nice step, man. I think he get back over 20 points a game. And that's all we need. Let Randall and my man be the bulk of the offense, 24, 25, one of them. If RJ get back to over 20 a game, get a couple more rebounds under his belt, like from a small forward spot, 20, 21 and 7 ain't bad.
He's not a bad rebounder now. I think he gets about 6.
Yeah, 5.
5, okay.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he increased that a little bit and be more efficient from the shooting standpoint. I think he's good to go, and I think he'll lock in on the defense. I mean, the year before that, when he first took over the small forward spot, shot Powers, he didn't play bad defense the year before the past season.
Right.
He was guarding LeBron and all those cats. Jimmy Butler. Yeah, he wasn't playing bad like that, the year before that. So let's see how we can get back into a defensively, man. If we do that, then the Knicks just take another step. That's plain and simple. RJ have a consistent year, Knicks take another step. Numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? The cat just give you a little bit more consistency, which I believe in RJ because he's a worker. When I believe in cats who trying to get better, they never be content with where they at. They just try to get better. He's one of them cats, and I think I'm gonna really be interested this year for me to see him. I'm gonna watch the World Games with all them guys because it's Jalen Brunson and Hart gonna be on in the USA. RJ gonna be out there for Canada. Who else? Fournier for the French team, and so on and so on. So, I want to see what he's gonna do out there. But I think this cat can take another step if he really get it popping this year, man. Just get some consistency on consistency with percentage wise. I don't have no problem with RJ whatsoever, and every now and then a free throw shooting, but he got better at that in the last couple of years. But I think if we get to 45, 46 percentage, close to the 50 point, and can knock down at least 35% from downtown, then you got 20 something easy.
Yeah, I was about right there with it too. I figured about 43 and like 36 from the 3, but that, you know what I mean. I could go with those numbers. That's good numbers. That'll get you 20 something points a night.
Yeah,
I mean, so that'll get you 20 something points a night. So I mean, I'm just being optimistic from what I see. These guys, the little stuff that I see. All the stuff that we see on the internet about these guys working out or how they looking in their clips and stuff like that. And I'm just, I'm just thinking about, how they could bring it to the game. And I think Quentin Grimes is a guy that steps up every year. I mean, he stepped and let's not let it be clear that last year was his first year as being a starting quasi point guard. Shooting guard, excuse me. I mean, so his first year, and let this be known, Tibbs put him in. And once he put him in, he never took him out unless he was hurt. Mm-hmm. Tibbs played the young guy. You know why? Because he trusts him. Mm-hmm. He sees what he's capable of doing on any given night. I think Grimes is going to be. I said last year he's going to be one of our shining stars. I hope that comes to fruition this year. Also, IQ. He loves IQ. You know what I mean? He loves IQ. Another guy that's only been here 3 years with us now. You know what I mean? Has started some games when Brunson was hurt. Electrifying. 17, 19, 22, 24. I think he was out of like 16 games or something like that. seen some stat that he just excels when he gets a roll, and and if and we're not even talking about if Mitch. I seen Mitch doing turnaround hooks. If we could get 3 turnaround hooks a game from Mitch and hit 2 of them, and can elevate his free throws percentage to maybe 59%, 60%. We lead through. One big thing that we have to do this year is be more consistent with our free throw. We have to be around 80% with our free throw shooting this year because we are a team that gets to the line a lot. And if we could get to 80%, we beat teams before the fourth quarter is over. If we could get to 80% shooting free throws, I think Julius was around 70-something%. RJ was 70-something%. I think Brunson was the only one that was like 80-something%. He was high 80s, I think he was. So if we could get more consistent at our at our field goal, our foul shooting, we make a difference in the game. We make a difference in the game.
Yeah. Nick 100 and Julian, y'all both dead on, man. RJ's free throw shooting is his Achilles heel. When it comes to, because he left a lot of points. RJ could be averaging 20. If RJ was a 80% free throw shooter, he would literally be averaging 24 a game.
Yeah, easy.
Much as he go to the line, and let's say if RJ made 3 or 4 extra 3 foul techs a game, could he get there that much? Man, RJ be like a 25-point scorer. His free throw shooting does leave a lot of. That's why we said when the Knicks last year could have won 5 or 6, 7 more games if it won for Mr. Miles and RJ and every now and then they'd miss them free throw shots. Even Quentin Grimes was missing some here and there. I'm like, yo, you a good shooter.
Yeah, Quentin too.
Yeah, but if RJ, I think they both dead on. I think he got to work on RJ because even sometimes you're not gonna always get all the calls when you go to the hole. But if you make them shots, you don't have to worry about it. So if you don't get the call, you made the bucket. You know what I mean? So he just got to finish strong like he been doing. Work on that mid-range game that he been doing. Now when he pull up, if it's a 7-footer there, he don't got to force it to the rack now. If RJ get to the free throw line and they big man back there, now while working on that mid-range game, he could pull right up at the free throw line. He ain't got to challenge them cats no more. You know what I mean? With that in his arsenal, I'm saying. So now he diversified his arsenal. Now he's adding more to his arsenal. That's what makes him get better. He said, well, last year I can't always get to the rack because them giants is down there. So this year I'm gonna come down the lane, and if I feel like I don't have it at the rack and I can't get an and one, I'm gonna pull up at the top of the key or around the key and hit a little mid range. If he get that in this game, that means he takes another step. You know what I mean, Chop Out? And that's what it's all about. RJ work on that mid range. That way, when he don't have it, he could pull up, boom, knock down a sweet little 2-point joint right there, keep it moving. So I'm really looking to see his step, man. I believe in RJ because he's just a worker. Well, like I said, these guys, life is about working. You get better if you on your job one day and you're on it a year. That means you got better because you worked at it more. Now you make your job easier. That same thing apply to these guys. You've been in the NBA 1 year. If you keep working on the game, by the time you get to a certain year, you're gonna be way much better than you were in year 1, obviously, because you're a worker. And an experience sets in and all that stuff, and all of the routine shit. So I think he's that guy. I think he's that guy, man. If he get it going this year, the Knicks gonna be pretty. He's gonna be him quickly, and I think Grimes gonna be a huge. The one thing I can say about, I wanted to say something earlier about what you were talking about. Why Tibbs like these type of guys. Josh Hart, Grimes, and Emmanuel quickly, probably the main 3 Knicks. I'm gonna throw Mitchell Robinson there to a degree, but because he don't have the offense that can literally affect the game at any given moment. Quentin Grimes, Josh Hart, and Emmanuel quickly can affect a basketball game in a flip of a play or two. And I think that's why I Tibbs like these guys, because you know what? It could be 89, the momentum going next thing quickly, or Grimes make a nice steal, or Josh Hart get a good offense rebound, whatever the case may be, and it change the whole momentum of that. That's why guys like guys like that, because they play both sides of the floor. They affect the game on both sides of the floor, not just scoring. Basketball ain't only about scoring, but they affect the game on both sides. And I think that's why quickly his maturation through his first 3 years. Grimes affects the ball game on both sides of the floor. Once his offense take another step, he's there. And Josh Hart, you get 7 rebounds from a point guard, from a small guy like that. And, like the third leader rebounder, then they on the Knicks. That's pretty impressive for somebody his height. So they affect the game in so many ways. I think, like Shaw said, that's why Tibbs played these guys. That's why he liked it. That's the only reason, literally, no disrespect on Obi Toppin's, the reason why he didn't make it in New York. And not only he didn't affect both sides of the ball. And I love Obi Toppin. I know that's my man. But what was his Achilles heel? Defense. He didn't play defense. That's why he's not a New York Knicks. He's not a Tom Thibodeau type of player, because you can score 80 points. If somebody scored 81, you still got beat. I don't want to hear it. Period. That's just the way it goes. So Obi Toppin, he wasn't a Tibbs type of player because he didn't have the defense. I should be sure. I probably like to say, I want Obi to get some dog in him. Obi, you jump that high, you should be getting 3 blocks a game, easy, just by your athleticism. But he never put that energy into that end. You know what I mean? And I think that's what affected him. But quickly, Grimes and Josh Hart, they do that. They put the energy on both sides of the ball. And Randall don't even do it like them cats do it. RJ don't do it like them 3 guys do it. Mitchell Robinson does, but only reason he limited because somebody got to throw the ball to him. But I think that's why Tibbs like these guys, man. They just affect the ball game, man. They know how to take they can make a momentum swing in a heartbeat. Josh Hart, he made a lot of momentum swing for us last year when he got here. Quickly, Grimes too. I mean, when I seen him doing one of those games against Jimmy Butler, that turned that game around, because they can impact the game. And that's why I'm hoping these guys take another step this year. And I think the Knicks will be better defensively. Now with Josh Hart getting a full year with the Knicks, I think that might be a little different. You know what I mean? So hopefully we come out the gate with maybe a little bit more wins, because we got guys who are going to be comfortable. Josh Hart going to be there the whole year, and all that stuff. I mean, hopefully, like I said earlier, Quentin Grimes comes back, starting the season playing, not injured, and don't get the. So I think a lot of that might have a significant value on what the Knicks going to do this year from a record standpoint. So that's why I think where they are in the power rankings, I got the Knicks there. And I'm just put like this here. I don't know what Nick Nurse going to do with Joel Embiid and James Harden. I don't even know how the Philadelphia scenario going to play out. Is Nick Nurse going to get them further than Doc Rivers got them? Because if not, then you got to put Philly back up there too. You know what I mean? They got the MVP there. They got James Harden. So obviously they're going to be in the mix. So, if you say Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, the Knicks, or so on, I still like our chance, because I think this team going to be much better than last year for a lot of reasons to me. It's just going to be because of a full year, Jalen Brunson, everybody coming back, hopefully healthy. And I just think they're going to be a better team collectively. So, and the way Tibbs talking, what his emphasis is going to be on from the interview, from the stuff I read, like he was looking at emphasize everything we talk about. He was up and down the court, ball movement, no stagnation. He was talking about all that in that thing I read. So if they Knicks play like that, be a pretty good team, man. So I'm excited about the season. I can't wait for it to go.
Well, I'm with a quicker unit, because I think that second unit is going to be a quick unit. Mm-hmm. I think that second unit is going to be a quick unit. However he utilizes that 4th man, if he starts the season off with a 10-man rotation to see how it works, try Roby or this night. Night will probably be in the G League, but to see how him or Sims work with that 4-man for a second or something like that. That could be something to be talked about. I think that second unit is going to be, that gritty committee. I think those guys are really going to, I think HART is going to have a better year this year, and you may see HART 4 or 5 assists a game. 4 or 5 assists a game from your big man in the second unit, because of the guys that he's playing around. And like you said, if he picks up a pick and roll with any of those guys, a similar pick and roll with him and IQ, or him and IQ, or him and J Hard, or him and DiVincenzo. Well, maybe not DiVincenzo yet, but the steps with those 2 guys like that, a pick and pop, and he's big. He can pass the basketball. He's going to get 3, 4, 5 assists a night, man, and he's going to make the second unit look a little bit. Hail Mary passes. You still may see the team break out, like when Obi breaks out and stuff like that, and it'll be with DiVincenzo, IQ, or J Hart now. Or he'll be throwing those football passes to them. So I think this team, they have some players that can, with another year, and all these guys are young guys, man. These guys are young guys. The eldest person we have on this team is Julius Randle. I mean, that's the eldest. That's our vet right now. I mean, that's our vet on the court. And the main focus for these guys is to play hard this year and build a stock up, because if we do look for some bigger trade or something like that, the players that you have, if they look better, it's easier to get less players for a player that you want, because these players are popping. So, oh yeah, we give you this one and this one. Nah. We don't really need him. We don't really want him, but if you want to, we'll offer you something. I mean, I think we could have had a couple of deals done this year. It wasn't like the Knicks wasn't out there trying to scoop somebody up. The Levines, the PGs, they was looking for all of these guys. And I mean, the OGs. I mean, they were looking for these guys. Well, Devon, not to get off topic, but what do you think about? You remember when we talked? I said, I said this. What do you think? Fournier stays to the trade deadline, or he goes before the season is over? I mean, before the season starts.
Week left.
I said he may be here to the trade deadline, right?
You did. I said 2 weeks, so I got a week left. My prediction. But I think with the guys in the chat, hey Kev, you and Juju killing me with that grind to Frank. Man, let me tell you something. Frank cannot do what that man can do with a basketball. Not one.
Yeah, I looked that over.
I know my guy, but them the guys are so knowledgeable, they right. But I got to let Kev and Ju, y'all killing me with that one, bro. Listen, Quentin Grimes, Frank Ntilikina can't do nothing with a basketball that Quentin Grimes could do. Nothing. I mean, and he can't dribble like him. He can't shoot like him. His defense is all right, but it ain't Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes locked down some of the top-notch cats in the game on a given night. I seen them put Quentin Grimes on Jason Tatum. I seen the Knicks put Quentin Grimes on all the best players, offensive players on their team. Usually they give that to Quentin Grimes. That's how nice he is. And I really believe this cat, man. He got the tools, he got the handles, he got the gift, man. I think, listen, get a cat time, because like I said, they ain't starts how you finish. Look at Emmanuel Quickly. Look where Emmanuel Quickly was in his rookie year. Look at Emmanuel Quickly is now. That's maturation. Watch Quentin Grimes. It's the same way. He averaged 11 last year, like Quickly did in his second year, right? 11 a game, something like that. Now he's going to this year. Hopefully if Quentin Grimes is not injured, that cat literally could play basketball. He's that talented to me. His skill set. He just got to put it all together. You know what? And you can't expect. We're not expecting Quentin Grimes to be no saver. We just want him to fill his role better on a consistent level than last year. We ain't after Quentin Grimes. I don't care if Quentin Grimes give us 15 points a game. That's all we need. We got the other cats who can give us the 25, the 21s, and all that. We got them. We need Quentin Grimes from the 2-guard spot to give us 15 and play the defense he played. The Knicks is a whole different ball team. That's all. Because he got a type of game that if he scored 15, the other guy might not score but 14. Remember I was saying, Shaw Powers, if you score 80, the other guy scored 81, you lost. Well, with Quentin Grimes, it's normally like if I score 15, you might not score but this many. That's where I'm at with Quentin Grimes. He's his defense. Like I said earlier, him, Quickly, and Josh Hart, they played the game of basketball that affects a basketball game. If the Knicks need defense, he can get a steal. If the Knicks need a stop, he can get you a stop to change the momentum around, stop the clock so you don't get another point. That's what Quentin Grimes can do. I mean, them the type of players you want on a championship team. What's my man name until Jimmy Butler destroyed him this year? From Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday would change the game because his defense is, you know what, you go in there and they need a stop, he's stealing on somebody or he stopping them. That's what Quentin Grimes is. I mean, he literally going to be that type of dude. Third-year Quentin Grimes, I think, takes another leap. I think he'd be more consistent. I think if he stayed uninjured like last year, I think Quentin Grimes changed the trajectory what the Knicks going to do. Because if he give us that 15 points a game and the defense that he play, that's going to be a plus for the Knicks. That's going to be a plus. And he's an unselfish dude with the basketball. He can pass the ball pretty damn good too. You know what I mean? Really sneaky. He got some really sneaky passes out there, man. I think that cat is gonna be nice. I just think he one guy that I'm talking about from a skill set that I'm comfortable that be an NBA player for the next 15, 20 years.
I don't even have to really say anything. It's Tom Thibodeau that's saying it all. Second-year player, implement him in as soon as his foot get better, and makes him a starter for the whole 22-23 season. That's enough to be said right there. And no one really has to, you can have your own opinion about how good he is and all that stuff. Tibbs don't believe that. Right. Tibbs got this guy out there for a reason, and I think he sees that he can be a better reason out there than a Frank Ntilikina quasi. And I mean, I think he's going to be out there. And Tom Thibodeau likes him. So, forget what I think about Quentin Grimes. I like him too, but forget what I think about Tom Thibodeau likes him.
Right.
That means Tom Thibodeau going to play him some basketball. He's going to get 75 games healthy, 75 games with maybe a light, he may get a little something, but I think he's going to score. I think he's going to play a lot of games this year, 75 games plus the playoffs. I see that. I see that in this history this year.
Hey, let's keep it a buck, everybody. The minute Tom Thibodeau started Quentin Grimes, the Knicks went to the playoffs.
I'm just saying.
Listen, they had Evan Fournier, Jalen Brunson. They had the minute they took my man came back, he put Jalen Brunson. He put Fournier on the bench.
Hey, he put Fournier on the bench before Grimes came back.
Right.
Because we had Reddish. Reddish, he put Fournier on the bench, and Reddish starting the basketball. Am I bugging out? Yeah, that's last year. He put Fournier on the bench for Reddish. Reddish had them hot games, 4 or 5 hot games, and then he had a sucky game, and then he put Quentin Grimes in there, and that was it. That was a wrap. Quentin Grimes didn't come back out unless he got hurt or something like that. Right? Am I bugging? It was Fournier. Then he took Fournier out for Reddish, and then Grimes came back or something like that. Right? Am I bugging out?
Nah, you real talk, because you know what happened? Tim, see, this is what people. I think some people don't understand. The team, the Knicks tried to assemble that team without, I think, the year before, like Evan Fournier and what's his name, Kemba Walker. Tom Thibodeau did not want them dudes. Guys.
No, he did not
want them dudes. They are not his type of players. Tom Thibodeau did not want no Evan Fournier, and he did not want no Kemba Walker. He did not want them dudes. And you see what happened, and you see why. Quentin Grimes, we're gonna take Evan Fournier job from day. When we talked about this on Knicks, we'll talk before the season started. Like literally, Quentin Grimes is gonna take Evan Fournier's spot because Evan Fournier is not a Tom Thibodeau player. He can't play no defense. Straight up. There ain't no ifs and buts about it. And the year that he started for the Knicks, scored all them points, we ain't go nowhere. I'm not trying to throw it on him. I'm just saying that's the difference than him and Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes gonna change a basketball game. Like Fabian said, Grimes is an offensively sound Tony Allen. And think about, and Tony Allen is one of the best. He literally is a Tony Allen. I'm glad you put that out there, Fabian. But what can Grimes do? When Grimes was on, we seen Grimes knock down 7 threes in a game. We seen Grimes light up quite a few times. From out there, when he on. And I think that this year is sometimes health and growth and development is what it's about. I think he come back with a strong year. I'm excited about Quentin Grimes. I think this cat gonna really do it for the Knicks. And I think the Knicks gonna come out the gate better than they did last year, because we didn't have to worry about that debacle at the turnstile spot with my man Evan Fournier and them. I think Quentin Grimes starting with the Knicks, and they needed him to start because Brunson is not him. RJ is not a Quentin Grimes. The only one who's compatible to Quentin Grimes, I'm talking about in that starting unit that affects the game, is Mitchell Robinson. I mean, the two best defenders right there, Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes. You got to start them two dudes, because if you don't, Jalen Brunson, whoever, Randall, RJ, and only Mitch by himself, that ain't gonna work. See, Quentin Grimes has that in him. He can affect the basketball game, ladies and gentlemen. And I think he's gonna show out this year. I think that stroke gonna be on. He'll be a little bit more relaxed going into a third year, comfortable with the situation. So I'm happy about it. But let me ask you a question. Josh Hart, we gonna get this last thing, we're gonna get up out of here. But Josh Hart extension, man, what'd you think about that? Real quick, congrats to Brunson, Hartenstein. They married their significant others, man. That was a good thing for you guys, man. And the marriage is beautiful. I know I did it, so it's beautiful, man. So, congrats to them two guys, man. They got married to their significant others, and the Knicks signed Dwayne Washington Jr. back. And we talked about this on episode 11, Shaw Powell, with that two-way carousel. They let him go to bring in Dalen Wilder, but Knicks just signed him to a training camp invite. So, I respect the Knicks, man. They keep it a buck all the time, man. They look out for these guys, man. They really do, man. I respect the Knicks, man. They look out for these guys. Even though he was out of two-way contract, he was in the G League. But they let him go. But they paid him his contract. They paid him his contract, then they let him go. But look, they just signed him back. And I think the Knicks is good like that. I think they've been good with these guys, man. Really, just showing them love and appreciate them being in the Knicks organization. And they taking care of these guys, man. That's a good look for the Knicks.
That's a fact.
Yeah, real talk, man. But I think that Josh Hart is sitting around 75 million people talking about. I think that's pretty good for the Knicks. I think that's the right thing to do. I think you go ahead and extend that guy, let him go out there and be with the Knicks the next 4 years. Him and DiVincenzo, Brunson, Randall, RJ, Mitch, and them guys. Let's see if they can go get it popping, man. But I'm glad they got. I think Josh Hart, like I said, his untangibles is not. Don't say enough, man. Him quickly and grind. I can't keep saying that. They affect basketball game. That's what you want. Players like him affect basketball game. He ain't got to score 30. He affects the basketball game in a lot of ways. Rebounding, scoring when he on, assists, toughness, grittiness. Smart play, high IQ. You name it, he got it. So he's worth that $17 million. That's what they're gonna give him for 4 years. I think Josh Hart earned that. Now, and I think he's gonna make us a better team coming out the gate because we have a whole season of them. So I just think it's the right thing to do. Keep it in the family and keep it moving. And I think he's gonna pay dividends because now that he got that extension, he had his two twins early in the year. Now he know that he got a secure bag for 4 years. Now he just can go out there and concentrate on the sport. Because sometimes when you ain't got a bag secured, you got to worry about when I'm going to get paid. But now that he know that, okay, for the next 4 years, I don't have to worry about I'm thinking about where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. I got to uproot my family, blah blah blah. If you produce, you good for 4 years. So your kids can probably mind up growing up in the city in the next 4 years. So I'm happy. I'm good with the 75 million. I think it's worth it. I think he's gonna pay dividends for the Knicks as well. So I'm salute to him, Shaw Powell. For, hopefully that's what's gonna wind up being. I think they got a couple of days, a week or something like that. A week, I'm going to say, before they got to get that thing finalized in August. But I think Josh, he looked out. What I like about it, he took a little less money. He waited and let DiVincenzo get in the building. So I think Knicks gonna congratulate him off that alone. You know what I mean? And I love that about these Knicks, man. These guys take less money to be here, man. Randall did it, RJ did it, Brunson did it, DiVincenzo did it, Josh Hart doing it. These cats sacrificing for the better of the team, and I'm glad that they brought him aboard because I think he got winning quality. He's a leader too, so I like that about him.
Yeah, what can you say, man? I think around that number 73 to 75, they probably, they're gonna work some wonders on the contract, giving them about 17 to 18 million. They're gonna front load them probably heavy and back load them like they do everybody else. Hit them with the big number first, 19 million or something. I don't know how it's gonna break down, but they probably hit them with 19 first, 20 first, and then break it down the next couple of years or something like that. I think they're gonna do like they did Mitch, some similar to what they did to Brunson. I think they're gonna probably front load them first and make it easier for them down the road to, make some moves. With that being said, I'm with. 75 is a little pricey, but for what he did, now we get to see what this guy can do in a full season. We only got Josh Hart half the season gone already. And people don't forget when Josh Hart, what was he? He was 8-0 or something like that. He came in and won like 8 games straight with the Knicks or something like that before he lost his first game, 7 or 8 games straight. So, and then another 4 or 5. He ended the season on a plus note. He made the Knicks a better team from the trade deadline, to the end of the season and into the playoffs. So, I think he had a little stuff going on towards the end of the season. He didn't play that well against Miami. But then again, let's remember, just like Julius Randle, he had twins, in the All-Star, in the playoffs against Miami. And that could have him flying back and forth on the plane from here to there to go, the baby getting ready to be born and flying. Then the next day, the same night, he got to leave out to come back to get ready for training camp, and all that other stuff. You know, that could have took some. We talked. I mean, I seen a couple of people talk about it, but you know, towards the the latter part in that Miami series, he slacked off a little bit. Big reason could have been because of that reason. That's why I think Julius Randle had a bad 2 years ago, that thumbs down year. I think that year was a bad year for Julius Randle. Not saying that it was a bad year for him personally, but why he struggled so hard in the beginning of the year, because he had a baby too. I mean, he had a whole lot of stuff on his mind, and his wife was probably, if you got a wife, I love my wife, but if you got a wife, you know how they can be sometimes, especially around that time, so it could have been that too. So, so that's, with that being said, I mean, these guys are coming fresh this year. Everybody's going to come in fresh this year. Hopefully everybody comes in 100%, and we're working from there. You know what I mean? I got, like I said, I got a big outlook for this team this year. I think with just the starter unit, I mean, if RJ makes that step, we got 3 players in the starter unit, maybe scoring 25 points a night. I mean, hypothetically. Not even talking about Quentin Grimes, not even talking about Julius Randle. If RJ really makes a major step this year, 24 points a game, Brunson 25 points a game, Julius 26 points a game, that's 75 points right there from your three-headed monster right there. Mm-hmm. Just them 3. Not talking about DiVincenzo, not talking about Quentin Grimes, not talking about what Mitch can get down there, J Hard, I nobody else. Just those 3 guys, 75 points.
Josh Hart, to me, I think what makes you, real quick, and I take it back to myself, what makes you iffy about $17 million for him?
17 to 18 is like, isn't that what 75 is divided by what, 4 years, right?
About 17.25, whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, about 17 something. Yeah. I mean, 17. I mean, he's good for that money. The salary cap is going up. And you ain't seen no players really getting $10 million deals. You know, I mean, last $10 million deals was, the last year's price is not this year's price. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Last year's price. So 17 million sounds about right for him. That's around what Quickly's going to get, about 17 to 20 million dollars, I believe. You know what I mean? So, that for, coming off the bench now, that would be almost a starter salary. You know what I mean? 17 million 10 years ago, that ain't the same price. And I mean, the prices now going up. You know what I mean? These guys need you want to keep these guys, got to give them a little bag to hold on to them. So I think about 17 and 17 is 30, 38 and 38 is 70 something. So
76. Yeah, he gonna get about 17 and a half. Something like that.
76. So that's about,
but he's worth it to me. He worth it because, like I said, he get it across the board, man. I mean, this cat got 9.7 rebound, 3. He got almost 10 points a game, almost 8 rebounds a game, almost 4 assists a game. I mean, and his defense is stellar. And I think that goes up this year. Like I said, these cats get comfortable. They now know how to play. Like, that's his first time playing on the Tom Thibodeau. He don't know the system. He was playing with pure. I mean, you couldn't learn a playbook that fast getting traded at the deadline. Like, you come in playbook. You cannot learn a playbook that fast. So you're gonna have to play up an instinct.
Tibbs didn't even give him that. Tibbs said, "Go out there and play defense. Do whatever you want to do. Play some defense."
Play some defense. Yep. He's like, listen. He had to play up an instinct. He kind of had to, they give him the basic stuff. This is what we do. So how we, but he never had a chance to practice with these cats. So I think this year he coming this year with a whole year under him in a training camp, learning how to play with these guys for a whole, before the season starts. These guys and him and DiVincenzo. So when they go into the season, they already know the Knicks. They know how the Knicks play, and I just think that makes a big difference. So I think he come out this year with 15 a game. I think him and Quickly and DiVincenzo really gonna have something special in that backcourt. I mean, that second unit. With HART there, and we just got to fill that 4th spot. And I'm thinking, like I said, at least 16, 17. 17, I would really go for him, man. And leave it at that. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Whatever they do, I know they're gonna reward the brother.
17 probably will be a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see someone in the chat say 18.5.
Yeah,
if 17.5 only get you 70 million, so 18. Let's do that real quick.
Well, no, because if you do the 18 a year,
18.5,
yeah. So if you do that, I think that'd be well. And then, like I said, quickly probably give him 20. That's fine. You know what I mean? And like I said, because it was interesting, what's going to happen with Hartenstein, Shaw Powell? And we're going to get off right now, but I just want to put it like, this is last year, his contract. If he ball out, do you think the Knicks going to sign him back or they're going to let him walk?
Yep, they sure is. They're probably going to give him about $10 million.
Because you know what? Believe it or not, what is the Knicks can if they don't think they're going to sign him, then they might trade him at the deadline.
Yeah, there's a chance.
Yeah, because if you don't trade him, you don't get nothing if he walk.
Yeah, I mean, if he balling, if that second unit, him, if Hartenstein, J Hard, Vincenzo, and IQ turns it up, they might give him $12 million. You know what I mean? 10, 11, 10 million. What are you getting this year? 8 million or something like that. You may give him a little $4 million more dollars to keep him here another 2 years. I mean, with a player option on it or something. I don't know, but
I'll give him 40 for 10. I know. Matter of fact, because the salary cap going on so much, if he balls out, the Knicks should give him at least with Mitchell Robinson's contract ascending. Decline. I meant to say. Die Hard 48 for 4 years, 12 million a year.
Yeah, I hit him with something nice for playing here. So maybe, something that's not gonna make Mitchell Robinson feel some kind of way. You know what I mean? And roll it with that, you know what I mean? Because the money's going up, so they're gonna have to play the players that we see now. Look, if you look at how players got paid this year, come on, man. How players got paid this year? And I don't remember. This guy got $300 million. This guy got $250 million. He got a little more than $250 million for his contract. When you heard that before, Divine?
Yeah, it happens. Yeah,
you know what I mean, wasn't you in like 40-something million? He wasn't even getting. He was getting like 20 to 18 to 22 million a year, something. He wasn't getting like that.
Oh yeah, I think in the next couple of years, I think Steph is over that. So I don't know if they do it to Steph, but that's hard.
It's gonna be a couple. You already Bill, all these guys, man.
First $400 million player, $400 million player, close to half a $1 billion player. That shit is crazy, man. but listen, man, that is crazy. And you know what? That's what I like about our team. That's why we are in one of the best spots for a team to be talented as we are, for being able to go fight for a contender team and got a payroll that nice. It's insane. The Knicks got a payroll where they top player making $29 million at the end of his contract. That is insane. They are in a good spot, and that's why I got to salute the Knicks, man. But don't get me wrong, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle are going to get that $300 million bag eventually. But right now, they're in a good spot to do all that. So, at 4 years from now, and Knicks got some really easy contracts. They kept everybody they got right now. Think about this here. How did you get the Julius Randle player option? And Jalen Brunson and RJ, I'm gonna be up. The Knicks could be sitting on about 100-something. That is crazy to say, man. So I just think that's a pretty good look for the Knicks to be in the position that they in, man. With that salary cap situation. But Josh Hart, let's go get it, and let's make it happen. When we see y'all in the next episode, but we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate y'all coming in tonight, man. I know it was a slow night, but we just want to get in here and do what we do. Shaw Powell, give me a last word, my brother. We're gonna get up out of here.
Yes, Divine, salute, my brother. It's good to be back on and talking to the chat, man. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. It's just been slow, man. So we just get on here and spitball what we think and how we feel, and hope we can, get everybody on the same page or something like that. You know what I mean? We Knicks fans, man. It is what it is. So, Divine, once again, salute to you, and let's get it.
Yeah. Thank y'all for chiming in episode 12, man. Great show tonight as always. Salute to the chat participation, always on fire, dropping all that knowledge up in there. The chat is where it's at. Y'all know what it is, man. Salute to everybody. Yeah, man. Great show, Sharp Powers. We look forward to the next one later on this weekend, man. We'll stay on. Hopefully, I don't know. I still got a week left with my Evan Fournier thing, guys. So we'll see how it goes. I'm still holding on to that Evan Fournier thing. But we're gonna see what it do, man. We get on next week. Hopefully some news come up, man. But we keep creating the content for everybody, man. And because we're big fans as well, we love to be on with you guys, man. So yeah, make sure you hit that like button going out the door and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank everybody for coming in. And next we'll talk Divine Shot Power. The chat is where it's at. We see y'all in the next episode 13. We out of here, man. Salute to everybody, man. Peace.
Peace.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The next real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that you don't care for how early we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo as they cook my game plan. That my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, looking at Knicks City drip. And City Dex is on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.